Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Monday, September 29th, 2025. Let's take a look at the chart. Start with the big picture. It was 3 weeks ago that we settled above the 361.85 2.5-year channel top. Among other indicators at the time, if you recall, the combination of a Fibonacci level and this channel top held the buying pressures all the way from the beginning of May repeatedly. We closed above it 3 weeks ago, and this has set up a 5 to 8 month, I've been calling it, objective at 524.11. That could be much sooner, obviously, with the way things are going. We're 3 weeks into it and pretty much halfway there. I think one of the accelerators or one of the events this week, if it were to occur, that would sustain this bullish momentum would be a settlement above this 464.18 6-month channel top. And this is a respectable resistance area. You can find it on the daily chart at 456.48. So it is a narrowing range throughout the week that may well contain buying through the month of October. And from here, we could fall back within 3 to 5 weeks, perhaps, back into the lower 360s. And I say the lower 360s because of not only that 2.5-year channel top, but also, if you notice, if we test 464.18 and it holds and we fall away, we have a new channel bottom that is nothing more than a trend line now that is in the 350s and climbing. So yes, from the 464.18 area, from the 460s, we could drop back into the 360s within, I'm going to say 3 to 5 weeks, because I'm just using the same volatility that we presently have for the last 3 weeks. But it could take a little longer. We could fall back and consolidate perhaps at some point before continuing south. So it could take a couple of months. But if you're a 3 to 5 week swing trader, I think the 456.48 to 464.18 area is well suited for you to not only take profits, or some profits anyway, in the 456.48 area following that buy signal 3 weeks ago, but to consider playing the short side perhaps. It is a bit of a counter trend move, but if there's one area on the chart between 361.85 and 524.11, it is this 464.18 area that is a pivot point inside that wide range. Below which we can grow exhausted near term and fall back into prime bottom picking territory in the 360s by the end of October perhaps. And inversely, if we close above 464.18, which is consistent, by the way, with that long-term buy signal anyway from 3 weeks ago, 524.11, then likely within another 3 to 5 weeks. So what is considered to be a 5 to 8 month objective may well turn out to be kind of a 1 to 2 month target. The 524.11 level is a 5-year channel top that may well contain buying well into 2026. And if we were to close above it in the coming months, would be a significant buy signal through next year. Let's take a look at kind of the daily chart here. I do have a newly formed descending channel top that roughly held on Friday. We're above it if you include the fact that we settled.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
We're presently at it. I mean, if we open unchanged today, we actually open above 437.25. And if we, open above 437.25 with last Friday's volatility and its reversal, closing back above, for instance, Thursday's high, which was the move low of the week. You put that all together, opening above 437.25, I would not be surprised to see a test today of 456.48, which is once again able to contain buying through October activity in combination with its equivalent, same exact formation on the weekly chart at 464.18. And if we close today above 464.18, my advice is to exit a short position if you happen to establish it in the 456.48 to 464.18 area, 488.53 in reach within the week. And that is the all-time high from December of 24. And even more so, obviously, as we continue into later October, 524.11 anticipated within 3 to 5 weeks of closing above 464.18. Now, I don't think you need to wait at the end of the week for establishing a long position above 464.18. I think a daily settlement above 464.18. And I say this because the daily chart, the same exact formation is at 456.48. And so if we close above 464.18, we're clearing this by the 1% margin, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I wouldn't want to, dissuade you from going long with a settlement above 464.18. You can see here, this is probably just another 3 to 5 week move to our ultimate objective at 524.11. Let's get back to the day itself. We have this descending channel top. That is our pivot point to the upside. So pushing or opening above 437.25 shows us a strong day. The 456.48 formation in reach today. Downside, we have this former extreme channel top that actually performed pretty well late last week in containing selling pressures, and it is 420.72. If we open below 437.25, we have kind of an inside day trade dynamic where we could ease back to 420.72 and fill this wedge out perhaps for the day if it's a quiet day. If we happen to break 420.72, that should set off follow-through selling. Now, whether it results in testing 400.45 today, I kind of doubt it. That would be quite a sell-off, but it is certainly possible. I do think if we break 420.72, you don't want to be long. You can bottom pick 420.72, day traders, but if we break it, you should at least exit the long position. And if we close today below 420.72, then yes, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, we test this 400.45 rising channel top, which is able to contain selling on a weekly basis. We could round up from here and within 2 to 3 weeks reach 456.48. Inversely, if we close below 400.45 within 2 to 3 weeks, we continue south all the way back to our 361.85 long-term support area, where we could bottom out through the rest of the year and turn up again from there. I do want to mention that there is a long-term channel top in the S&P 500 that I don't label here with its exact level because this is information that we provide our paid subscribers at wickedstocks.com. But it would, I think, especially for NVIDIA, if you're watching that as well, if we were to close above this structure, this 5-year channel top that's held nicely last week and may contain buying pressures through the rest of the year. This is a long-term structure. If we can close above it at the end of this week, the broader market is showing strength through the rest of the year, and that would include Tesla. That would give it that little extra boost, if you will, for reaching 524.11 over the next month or two. But until then, this is also a structure that could drag the broader market south with it. Because if the S&P were to fall away in a meaningful way over the next few months, I can't help. Well, Tesla's kind of in a world unto itself. I think you would agree. Its beta, that is relationship between it and the broader market, is not all that tight. So, it could conceivably reach 524.11 over the coming weeks as the S&P 500 falls away from this channel top. I think it has more relevance with NVIDIA, quite honestly. And I'm going to leave it at that. Go to wickedstocks.com, take advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll be able to see the exact level that we point out, and also the videos that go with this, showing you daily SPY, triple Q, Apple stock analysis, etc., etc. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Tuesday's Tesla report. You have a great day.